You want to know something that Hollywood has falsely convinced people is extremely common? The crime of children being abducted off the streets by strangers. In the United States, at least, that is an incredibly rare crime. In real life, of the children that are reported missing to the FBI every year, 1 in 1,000 was actually abducted by a stranger. The vast majority of the time, 95%, the kids just ran away. And already some of you are saying, I just saw a statistic on Facebook yesterday saying that hundreds of thousands of children go missing every year. But that statistic is including every time a parent just lost track of their child for a while. For example, a child got off at the wrong bus stop and the parents called the police only to locate the child a short time later. The vast majority of calls to the police about missing children are literally just that. A kid went to a friend's house and didn't tell mom or dad, or he did and they forgot. Or a rebellious teenager snuck out and went to a party without permission. And when children do get abducted, it's almost always at the hands of a parent violating a custody agreement. When you take that huge number and try to boil it down to just the stereotypical kidnappings, the kind that happen in horror movies, where it's a predator in an unmarked van just snatching a child away in public. It happens around 100 times a year in a country with over 70 million children, so it's literally getting close to a 1 in 1 million crime. And even among those, almost all of them were recovered after. The entire reason that stranger kidnapping stories become huge news is because they are so incredibly rare. But as a result of media coverage and Hollywood, the public seems to think this crime is literally 1,000 times more common than it actually is. And that has fueled endless conspiracy theories and moral panics just in my lifetime. You kids that are too young to remember the 1980s, Google the term satanic panic. People back then were convinced that tens of thousands of children were being abducted and ritually sacrificed by Satanists. And that conspiracy theory never really went away. It got reborn as Pizzagate and then QAnon. But the starting point for those conspiracy theories is not understanding these statistics and believing that it is incredibly common for children to just be snatched in public, and it's just not. But there's this flaw in the human brain where we confuse how scary something is with how likely it is.